Good morning. Damn it! Press the button. Hello, everyone. Hi. You can tell I'm rusty because I forgot to put myself on Do Not Disturb. That was my Discord, not yours. Hello, everyone. Yo, hi, Kate. Hi, Hi, Dale. Hi, Dallas. Hi, Hime. Hi. Oh, hi, Peter. Hi, Peter. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to the pre-show. We'll be starting stream shortly. Let me just finish sharing all the stuff on the social medias. How you all doing? Yo, hi, Chase. I should make a Hime command, actually. Hime is very lovely. Can I type this? Let me just... Birch.tv, that's right. Me when I make a streaming service just for trees. Twitch.tv/Hime Utsugi. Kate says, I'm sleepy, but I'm good. Hell yeah. By the way, if you're unfamiliar with Hime, Hime plays games on Twitch, particularly tabletop role-playing games. Kids, I'm sleepy but good. Happy my kitty boy's doing well. Yeah, I'm really happy for Tiger, for your cat. I'm happy he's doing well. Yo, hi Prism. PETA says, pretty good. Been practicing Pomodoro method thanks to you. Hell yeah. The Pomodoro technique works, okay? Listen, just taking the time to take the time is all that you need. I have to say, by the way, I love you all. I am very rusty, so please bear with me. I'm still feeling a little bit under the weather. I was finally feeling good. I recovered from... We have like 3 weeks of like anecdotes to catch up on, by the way. But it's fine. It's fine. We will catch up. We will yap. Then we'll draw. Then we'll keep drawing. And maybe do dailies, perhaps. And that's it. It's 11 a.m. in sunny California. So let's just dive right in. Hello, everyone. It's me, Maxi, your navigator. Yeah, oh, yo, hell yeah, Hime. I love that. Hello, everyone. Oh, the captions are working? Wow. So let me just first and foremost, hello. My name is Maxi, my pronouns are they, them, and I'm still sleepy, so that's why I'm in my covers today. Please enjoy the slideshow while I get stuff set up. So, before we do anything, where's the schedule for the week? Before we do anything, let's just do the maintenance. Maintenance, there you go. By the way, happy Gay Wrath Month, by the way. New phone, who this? Yo, hi Ronnie. Thank you. I wanted to have captions since OBS has them, and I'm like, you know what? I'm the kind of person where I need to have subs in order to be able to watch the show, so I think people will enjoy it. Yo, hell yeah, Kate says 1 month and 6 days until surgery. Let's go. Hell yeah. Also, hi Orange. I saw you, by the way. Thank you for the orange, by the way. I appreciate it. Oh yeah, but you know, but Peter, don't worry, okay? Perhaps there might be a there. Okay, there is no three-headed dragon, metal dragon in the beta, but we'll see. Anyways, hello everyone. Here's the schedule for this week. We're going back to streaming. Today, I'm making art for ZETAMON, my upcoming tabletop role-playing creature collecting and battler. Please note the emphasis on battling. That's today. Tomorrow, I'll be playing Chrono Trigger with my friend Nomia, or as we like to call it, Chronomia Trigger. Yanto was born on the 4th of July. Yep, Yanto's birthday is the 4th of July. That's the only thing we're celebrating that day.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I'm doing more art on Thursday. Normally, you know, Thursday is co-op, but Plague is working. So, play is like, 1/3 of the team, and if everyone is not here, it's just not the same. Orange says, I can't wait for Exodia to be ported into ZETAMON 1-to-1. Exodia would be probably a gigantic ZETAMON, I would assume so. Definitely a tier 3 for sure. Perhaps even a legendary ZETAMON, mythical ZETAMON. And I do want to say, by the way, I've gotten a lot of questions about whether the beta will include the creature creation system for ZETAMON, Betamon. And you're like, haha, Maxi, that's a funny Betamon. There's already a Betamon. It's literally the little fishy guy with the red mohawk from Digimon. So we can't even make that joke. You can't. It's not funny. That's someone's name. That's just the guy's name. Anyways, the creature creation guide will not be there. The combat beta is for playtesting the combat. I can tell you though, by the way, what if you made a ZETAMON named ZETAMON? You could. So I have a bunch of notes. I haven't done a tally yet of how many words the design document for ZETAMON is. I'm pretty sure it's like 100,000 words by now. But I have notes on, like, because creating the creatures is hard. And we're actually going to talk about that today because we'll be doing the drawing for Phenomena, the ZETAMON on the cover of this thumbnail of this video. That was the hardest to design ZETAMON so far. Because it was we rolled 100 on the creature creation table, which is a chimera, which means you roll on 3 different creatures and envision a combination of all 3 of them. Feel free to start guessing what. Let me get the image. Feel free to start guessing what combination of creatures led to this, by the way. Yo, it's Shiest! Hi, Shiest. How you doing? So one of the elements of creature creation is, first off, you're here to have fun, by the way. That's why, like, in the actual document with the rules in there's gonna be a note about how, like, have fun. Unlike me, because I'm making ZETAMON for a product that I want people to enjoy. I'm taking it a little bit too seriously. You can definitely just have joke ZETAMON. You can have Patrick Swayzemon is perfectly fine. I keep bringing up Patrick Swayze because I just feel like it's extra funny. Owl and Peacock. I do want to clarify, by the way, it's 3 body types that were combined to create this weirdo. The Chess Queen, but with bells. Okay. Also, Kate really liked it. It made me really happy. This is such a weirdo design. And, like, I mentioned in the Discord that ZETAMON has had a bit of a tonal shift. We will talk about that shortly. But it has nothing to do with this guy. Once again, this is Phenomena, Phonomena. The Herald ZETAMON, but we'll get there. What was I gonna say? Yeah, is this ZETAMON design part of the tonal shift? No. Meta type ZETAMON are just freaking weird. The other meta type is Carmalis, and as you can tell, he's a silly little guy. He's a silly little guy. Is the tonal more towards Digimon Adventure Season 2 or Pokemon RBY? Well, it's definitely not Pokemon RBY. I'm gonna tell you this right now. We're gonna have a huge conversation. I should just turn the iPad off, honestly. Because we're gonna talk first for like the first 30 minutes. Let me just turn the timer on already. He looks like a villain that just spent the whole time being bullied. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Carmalis was the hardest ZETAMON to name, by the way. I'm gonna have like play examples in the actual finished book of like coming up with name ideas, including like like tips and tricks. Like for instance, just use words in Spanish. That always works. I'm not even being sarcastic. I love it when fantastical creatures show up with parts of Spanish in their names. Magnamalo is one of those that I'm just kind of like, that's cute, that's cute. You just put the word for bad in there, and I'm like, that's cute. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. So the schedule. More art streaming on Thursday, and then nothing else until Sunday. Nomia Vikshi is going to be unavailable on Sundays for a good while. So the Nomia and Friends segment is unfortunately going to go on hiatus. So if you enjoy Nomia, myself, Chippy, and my wife being silly, tune in for one of the few last episodes. We'll figure something else to do on the weekends. Esperanto for the version in Espanol, perhaps. So what has been going on with ZETAMON? Do I have any fun, cute images I can show you in the background? No. I have been doing, by the way, Ronnie's birthday was last week, by the way. Big shoutouts to Ronnie. I did a little doodle for Ronnie during their stream. I will say, Ronnie, I want to deeply apologize. Oh, the caption stopped working. I speak too fast. That's the problem, is that I speak too fast. I was gonna start speaking in Spanish because Kitty's been practicing Spanish, so just gonna dip into Spanish for fun. So how far does the meta go? Like, is it just in universe, or like can they actually alter the rules? It's in universe. Meta type moves will be able to do weird things no one else can do, but it isn't like, you know, suddenly the combat system becomes playing tic-tac-toe or anything. It isn't like that. But thematically speaking, meta type ZETAMON channel a type of energy that is yet to be fully understood or discovered. Perhaps it is an energy closer to what we would consider to be magic. Perhaps it is a type of energy that we have yet to wholly discover to begin with. Perhaps it is an energy from beyond the cosmos, from an alternate dimension. You don't know. It is meta is where all of the weirdos live. Okay. I mean, like, Peta is correct. It could be anything from space to angels to time travels. Absolutely. Yeah. So please stay tuned for my Zero Escape inspired ZETAMON who uses the morphogenetic field. For what, Maxi? For what? I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get there. Which reminds me about game design. Let's talk about game design for a second. People expect game design. Anything in a Haruhi Suzumiya episode then? Just about. God damn it. Combine all three and you get a Warframe. There you go. People think that game development is a straight line where you have an idea and you just make it. Meta ZETAMON are just stands. Could somebody please explain to me in great detail how King Crimson works? Anyways, people think game design is a straight line, and in reality, at least for me and in my history designing games, it's an awful lot of taking side alleys and getting off-road and on-road, jumping fences left and right, to try to eventually find where I'm really meant to be. Time signature manipulation, also known as metric modulation. How dare you, Dallas? So last week, as I was coming down with the sickness, etc., as I was coming off of the sickness, I was working on ZETAMON. I was finally advancing the combat, and I hit a couple of roadblocks when it came with the combat. Originally, the combat in ZETAMON was going to feature a pretty like medium-sized arena with like 7 different zones, and you would be able to move ZETAMON between zones, and the zones served as a nice way to abstract combat without having to use grits, etc. And the thing is okay, that grid-based system for PvP fighting, perfectly fine. When it came to creating the artificial intelligence program dice tables for how enemies would react on the field, it got complicated very quickly, because there are functions that you as a human being can do relatively easily that are really hard to like randomize. So I spent a good couple days essentially bashing my head against the wall trying to think, okay, so how can I do this? How can I have... Because the reality is this, okay? As much as I love the idea of PvP combat, and it's not going anywhere. I don't want anybody to be like, hold up, I'm already setting up the ZETAMON FGC scene in my town. There will be player versus player in ZETAMON. In fact, they will be part of the beta. I want you to play with your friends. But in my heart of hearts, I love making solo TTRPGs because coordinating schedules with your friends is a pain in the ass. I love my friends, and in fact, I'm planning to coordinate a Daggerheart campaign. But also, sometimes you just want to play a role-playing game. So my main target audience with ZETAMON is, and has always been, the solo players. That is my target audience. So I had made a system that was great for PvP combat, but when it came to creating the little tables of what each enemy would do, it was a lot. It also turns out that controlling 3 different creatures at the same time was an awful lot of mental load. So I took a step back. I walked down the beach. I actually didn't walk down the beach. I wasn't in the mood for walking down to the beach. I went on walks. I thought about it, and I had a little bit of a realization. Okay. yeah, we need to make like a hell yeah. I had a little bit of a realization about ZETAMON, and I don't know how to illustrate this other than just literally illustrate it. So let me just set up my tablet so I can show you the realization that I had. Okay. Now I'm pretty sure. It's connecting now. Peter, how dare you think that I wouldn't get that reference? The realization was, in fact, I'm gonna walk into the sea. Nope. There we go. Welcome to my iPad, by the way. So the realization that I had is that this whole time, here's the kind of game I was trying to, here's the game that I'm emulating, really, if you think about it, I'm emulating a series of games, where you're on one side, your enemy's on the other side, and you're fighting, and this is originally, wow, this is Pokemon. This is the essence of Pokemon. And the reality is that I have no interest in making a combat system in which both foe and ally are standing stationary. I have no interest in doing that. It really is not for me. That's why I wanted a combat system with movement in it. So the original combat system for ZETAMON was kind of built like this. You're supposed to be east, by the way. I wanted also with, again, I am a lore bitch. I am a lore girly. The things in the combat have to make sense thematically speaking within the world. South and right south. Thank you, Michael. And I'm like, okay, so if the bout, the combat in which the creatures of this world engage in is something so natural and primal that even ZETAMON that are wild understand it. They understand the concept of setting stakes, gathering your team, and having essentially a show fight, If you have arrived at an impasse where neither party is willing to cooperate or come to an understanding, then they have a bout. I wanted it to be like a really simple stage, right? So that, there was a center, and I wanted it to be kind of make sense, so clearly we had the cardinal directions for the map, and a sideline where your support units would sit around, right? As I mentioned previously, this system is super easy when it comes to player versus player. You have a number of movement units. Multiple ZETAMON can be in the same zone at the same time. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. But when it came to programming, creating little simple to read tables as to what enemy would do on their turn, it became incredibly complicated. Like I made a prototype. Where like each individual enemy scheme, that were called schemes back then, effectively had like a priority zone table, a priority target table, and it was just too much. Yeah, like as Peter has pointed out in chat, it feels like you would need a flowchart, and a flowchart, that is what the solution would be. If I were a coward, but also like, I mean, like, by the way, I said that facetiously. I don't actually think that's cowardice. That is the answer. That is the technical answer. But I don't think that is. I don't think a flowchart. No. No. Like again, I love flowcharts. Again, I have I've got spreadsheets. Okay. You know. You know what. Again, I have spreadsheets, okay? I want you to understand. I love spreadsheets, okay? Oh, by the way, this is the full roster, by the way, for the beta version of ZETAMON, by the way. Don't worry about it. We'll get back here later, okay? Don't worry about it, okay? Don't stress out. Big Dorito? No. It's a megaphone. It will make more sense later. Anyways. For me and my game design. Ooh, that's fun, He-Man. But for me, when it comes to game design, is that much like with Iron Valley, you know, once someone got used to Iron Valley, they hardly needed to look at the rules because they understood the mechanisms, and the mechanisms were essentially the guardrails that guided your story in your game. A game that requires a flowchart for combat for each individual enemy, where I was planning to have dozens upon dozens of enemy schemes to make each battle feel different, that is not maintainable. And so, I leaned back, I took a deep breath, and I did what I like to do when I'm lost. I asked myself, where the hell are we going? What am I doing? And I was looking at my boys, you know, I was looking at this guy. I was looking at Gobruzer, and I'm like, I really like his design. We really nailed it. But the thing about Gobruzer that always like stuck to me is that Gobruzer doesn't look like a Pokemon. Gobruzer looks like a different type of character. Much like Lucilla looks like a different kind of character. And then I had a realization. What if you look at this specific kind of game, if you look at this game, you know, this creature fighting game, you know, if you rearrange the aspects, if you rearrange the items in front of you, you realize this whole time it's been a fighting game. And when it clicked in my head, it's like I unlocked a completely different. Gobruzer is a fighting game character. Egu is a fighting game character, by the way. Lucilla is a fighting game character. It was always supposed to be a fighting game. And so, and I want you to imagine, by the way, that I was doing the anime thing where my eyes were on fire. And before I knew it, I had... Yomi is incoming, there we go. I had made something very, very, very fun. But it also unlocked a part of me that I knew there was something missing. The combat in Pokemon has always left me wanting. That's why I went into an arena fighting kind of game, which was this was an arena fighting game. And I'm like, dude, controlling 3 ZETAMON at the same time is still too much. What if you switch between them? What if this was a 3v3 fighting game? It's Marvel, baby! It's Marvel, baby. That's right. It's 3v3, baby. All right. By the way, now I am the kind of person I take inspiration from all the game mechanisms around me. That's why I didn't have to make a fighting games from scratch, because there was already a huge source of inspiration for me. There is a board game called Exceed. It is a card game that emulates fighting games. Each character is a one deck of cards that has all of their moves in it. And this game has sadly been out of print for many, many years. But I love it. And I thought, you know what? I'm gonna take inspiration from the mechanisms in this game and make really a much simplified version of it, a baby version, around combat. I have not, Peter. Are you moving to a card-based mechanisms or still with dice, says Dallas? Thank you for asking. So here's the dealio. I have played a lot of Exceed. Exceed is a card-based game. And Exceed has no dice rolling in it. It is more about reading the mind of your opponent and guessing what they're gonna do. I'm not gonna explain the whole mechanism completely in depth right now, I assure you. You know what? In fact, I should finish telling you the story first, actually, before we actually do anything else. With my eyes glowing aflame, fully inspired, I became a possessed person. It was Thursday of last week. Plaguesworth picked me up and we hung out with my wife, and we were just going around having food, being silly. And the whole time, you know, Plague asked me, hey, how was your day? And I'm like, don't ask me about it. I don't want to talk about it. Something incredible's happened. Because I wasn't ready to tell anyone. I didn't tell my wife. I didn't tell anyone. I made a playtest. And I waited until the next day during my weekly date with my wife. We were at our favorite Vietnamese restaurant having some boba, and I pulled out the playtest and I showed Kitty how it played, and Kitty gave me no notes. I remember her specifically saying that it felt like this is what the game was supposed to be the whole time. Now, I do want to say, by the way, now, there's something you don't know about me, is that I'm actually also a fighting game girly. And one of the things about designing a game, especially a big game like this, is that for me, I need inspiration. I need things to read, things to play, things to watch, to keep me inspired, to keep giving me ideas. And when I realized that ZETAMON is a fighting game, it's like I unlocked essentially an infinite well of ideas, because I've played a lot of fighting games. And I love Peter is like, oh, well, is your team building based on like a point-based system? Oh, you mean like a Capcom versus SNK 2 kind of system? No. You pick 3, ZETAMON. Perhaps boss fights / raid style bosses perhaps will be just beefier. In Marvel vs. Capcom, it's 3 versus 3 no matter what. Now, there's a lot of mechanisms, and I know people are wondering how it works. I assure you, you're gonna have a lot of fun. The goal of today's stream is to do some drawing, to make some art, because, as I mentioned, my wife gave me no notes. And no notes, to me, means we have entered go mode. I am now literally just making things. This is art that's going to be in the playtest, because we have jumped over the last hurdle. The hurdle of, is this what the game is going to be? And now, baby, now we're cruising. Not just a matter of making shit. I've made so many playtests, but it's fine. Like, you can't wait for the Phoenix Wright of the game. So the thing that gets me, and I want to clarify one more thing, by the way. Maxi, because the game is now a fighting game, has the stat system changed at all? No! The really cool thing about yeah, we say Satamon. The really cool thing about this game, and the way that I set it up before, it's almost like Max from the past did a good job. During character creation, your Satamon will have a series of stats boosted based on its body type. It will also gain a set number of skills at a set number of levels. That means that some Satamon may start with really strong attacking moves, but very few skills. Or perhaps really good stats, but not a lot of skills that they can use. The moves your Satamon can equip, and by the way, your Satamon can only have 4 moves, by the way. We're still keeping things relatively simple. This isn't going to be like if you're thinking there's going to be normals and supers and ultras, I want you to kind of lean back a little bit. But Maxi, there are EXs. Shut up. Just don't worry about it, okay? Don't worry about it. Maxi, where is Sangeev's green hand gonna come in? Shut up. If you're writing down ideas of funny Satamon, please feel free to add a green hand. That's a nice fun reference that no one's gonna get. Also, the thing, I am ready for someone to just do. Is it called Bagon? What's his name? The little dinosaur that appeared in Tekken 2. Tekken 2 Dino. Because that is literally that's a Satamon. It's gone! It's just called gone!
Dallas just donated 30 nuggies.
Yeah!
Oh yes, I got distracted. Beginning of the month. Happy Disabled Pride.
Yeah, thank you so much for the support, Dallas. Thank you! Thank you, Dallas! That's right. Hold up. Let me go find Gone. You know, there we go. Also, hi Erasmo, welcome in. By the way, in the home console version of Tekken 2, you could play as this little guy. And that's a Satamon right there. You know, it's one of those things where you think to yourselves, wow, Maxi, you're so original. You know, the wheel of fate spins and spins, and I'm yet the next person to think, hey, what if fighting games, but weird little guys? I'm just the next person to do it, okay? So that's the big change. I'm properly now in Go mode. The Satamon beta will include 12 Satamon, 2 of each type. You will start with half of the roster unlocked. You must unlock the rest of the roster by playing the game. Don't worry if you don't want to unlock the full roster. There's going to be a cheat code in the back of the rulebook. Satamon will come in a beginner set that has very simplified moves, not even the full move set, to help you learn. And you will be able to unlock more advanced movesets for you to try against the harder difficulties of the beta. And I was joking about having like a Bolita code in the back, but we'll see. All right. So that's the plan. Satamon has now officially become a fighting game. Now, for anybody who is unfamiliar with what we're doing here. Now, big question, Satamon recolors, yes, no. I didn't think about that. Advanced Satas and Mons, Zero Edition, Revision 2 will not confuse historians. No, Dallas, no. See, it's gonna be the super Satamon Turbo Edition, okay? Funny skins with silly weapons. I mean, like, by the way, wait, hold up. The other thing that really got me, by the way, is because I'm like, yeah, you know, like, now that I think about it, where are you? There we go. I'm like, you know who else is a fighting game character? This freaking guy, Buster Pup. Buster Pup is just a fighting game character. That's him, you know. Some might argue he's a soner. He's got really good long range normals, you know. I will also say, so the thing that really tickled me, by the way, is that There's 6 elemental types in ZETAMON. Aqua, Chem, Bolt, Dust, Bio, and Meta. Dust represents mineral, non-organic matter, clay, dirt, metal, rock, but I called it Dust as a reference to Guilty Gear. And now we're back to it being a fighting game. The reference just keep getting stronger, okay? Who's the Shoto? I knew someone was gonna say that. The reality is that in the current base set, I don't think anybody's a Shoto. Lucilla is really more of a grappler. Yeah. Thank you. I love that. Thank you, Peter. Peter says, it's like you're uncovering a skeleton that's been there the whole time. It's true. Maybe, you know... Guilty Gear, like the game Brisket is from? Yes, it's true. In Guilty Gear, the strongest normal move you can do is called a Dust. It's a really strong, very slow move that turns things to dust. My favorite character, Britch. It's Brisket. So now I have an excuse to listen to Guilty Gear music while working and bring in a bunch of stupid concepts. Maxi, will there be Roman cancels, Maxi? Maxi, how many colors of Roman cancels will there be? Will there be focus attacks, Maxi? Maxi, I need to know this. The only mechanic I'll tell you is this, okay? Each of your ZETAMON has 4 moves. During your turn, instead of doing an attack of your ZETAMON, you can instead have one of your other 2 teammates come in and do an attack. That's right, there's assists, baby. That's right. You don't just like switch them in King of Fighters style, by the way. They can come in and do assists, so get excited. There's a couple of stipulations, primarily that the attack comes out slower, but whatever, it's fine. So you know, just get ready for Lucilla to come out with Knuckle Duster. It's signature ability. Thank you, Dallas. Humans could not tame the beast, so they turned to... Oh wait, it's not beasts. It's beasts all the way down. Peter says, some stuff is kind of alien language to me because I played one Guilty Gear game, the one with the big key lady. That's Abba, she's back. She looks extra pathetic in the new version. I love her. Will there be wave dashing? Yes, but only Aqua ZETAMON can do wave dashing. And with that, I'm gonna let you all, think about, how will fireballs work. If you're curious about how the combat system of ZETAMON will work, you could look up Exceed, because that will give you, an idea for the mechanisms I'm taking inspiration from. But nonetheless, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna stretch my legs, and we're gonna start drawing, because we have quite a few ZETAMON that need new art. There you go. It's funny because for a lot of people, like, if I tell you 3-on-3 fighting, if you're old, you'll be like, oh my god, it's Marvel vs. Capcom 3. If you're young, you're gonna be like, oh, Dragon Ball FighterZ Z. So, I'm old, so for me, it's MVC 3. I have watched so much fighting game related content. Shiest says, hey, don't call me out for being old like that. It's okay. Being old is okay. In the cinematic trailer for Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Dante and Deadpool face off against each other, and there's a shot where they're literally at point blank range. They're both shooting at each other, and it's the coolest shot there's ever been in media. Michael says, Orange says, wait, if I've played both of them, am I middle-aged? Yes. So I guess before I jump in, I do want to also add the point that, Maxi, so you said the game was changing in tone a little bit. Yo, hi Werewolf, welcome in. Maxi, how is the game changing tone-wise? Well, originally, it was gonna be a game about having your cute little creature friends and going on adventures together. The existence of this having more of a fighting game twist to it means that now the tone has shifted a little bit more into a shonen kind of anime kind of game, you know? You may choose to either, play the game to join the great ZETAMON fighting tournament. Kate says it's become a grimdark fantasy and you have an eye patch now. It's true. That's right. You're the king of Mai Tai. You are Sagat. That's right. You have a badass scar across your chest from that one time that guy punched you. You were the coolest and the greatest until some random young kid came in with superpowers. Anyways. Maxi, are you referencing Street Fighter lore? Maxi, were you always a fighting game nerd this whole time? Yeah. Go back and watch the stream where Plague and I played Guilty Gear Strive. My favorite part is where Plague is about to lose and the internet cuts off, like he unplugged his computer out of the wall. So I'm thinking of when you start the game, you kind of have your truths like in Iron Sworn, and you decide what kind of quest you're going on, what your adventure is gonna be, and I'm legitimately thinking of something almost like Dragon Ball-esque, where you have to defeat you have to gather X number of parts of a thing, and perhaps a legendary ZETAMON will grant you a wish. Perhaps. I know what you're thinking, Maxi. Fighting game? You go from place to place gathering something? Are gym fights back in, baby? Unfortunately, yes. It appears that somehow, against my best attempts, gym fights are back somehow. So now we just need a shonen battle anime rival table. There you go. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna tell you this in good faith, okay? You're not allowed to tell anyone. But I have very big plans. Okay. So normally I like to make several games every year just because I cannot stop coming up with ideas because I'm a silly little game designer. But this is my big game for the year. This is the game that I'm going to be focusing on and making content for until I get bored. But I'm thinking of adding new ZETAMON every couple of weeks. New enemy fighting styles. That's the new the AI table are now called fighting styles now. That's the way we're gonna call them now. I'm gonna be adding new ones. I'm gonna add, it's like DLC. Guest fighters are showing up, and let's just say that I may or may not be currently working on a set of ZETAMON inspired by the characters of one of my books. So get excited for what that may entail. But the other thing, by the way, the thing that I realized that really blew my mind is that now that we have now that the game is basically now that the game is a fighting game now, it means that thematically speaking, we can now break the gameplay of the game into two modes. There's the mode of the game where you are going around solving problems, being a hero, getting into trouble, helping old ladies cross the street, falling in and out of love, climbing mountains. There's this mode over here, and then there's also the mode over here where you're actually, once two parties have come to an impasse where neither party is willing to cooperate, you agree to a bout, a kind of show fight, to prove that you are in fact more strong. You feel more strongly about your position than your opponent does. And these two modes will be the two modes of play in the game. The mode where you're going around, doing what your character is doing, outside of battle, is called story mode. And the mode where you're actually engaging in the combat is now called versus mode. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. And now, instead of having to use the dirty word of AI, now we call them CPUs now. I'm so smart. I'm so smart. I'm so smart, fellas. CPU. That's right. That's right. You're fighting the CPU. I'll come up with a funny name for this acronym to mean, but there you go. You know? You literally switch between two modes of play, versus mode, and story mode. It's been so long since the last Pokemon Maxi went crazy. Did you know? I owned Pokemon on the Wii U. I'm like one of two people who bought Pokemon on the Wii U. Wow, Maxi. What was your main, Maxi? I don't know. Pika Libre was alright. But Maxi, that's the Shoto. Yeah, so what? So I do one thing I want to clarify, that this game will support three styles of play. You'll be able to play solo. You'll be able to play duet, where one person controls the main character, and another person controls all the CPUs. And there will also be duel, where it's a player versus player. I'm an eternal law user, maybe Leo if I want to mix it up. Hell yeah. I cannot describe in words how excited I am to keep working on this game, because now I have the entire 40 plus years of fighting games to draw inspiration from. It's very good. It's very good. I'm so happy. Anyways, so now welcome to the actual main focus of today's stream. We're going to be making some art. I hope you're excited to see some new doodles. And yes, there's in fact a kind of height chart on the side. Please do not mind it. It's just kind of there to give you an idea. Oh my god. Peter said CPU, centralized paddle U system. Thank you. Orange says CPU, currently people you facing. CPU can punch you. That's pretty. These are all pretty good. So, this is the original Lucilla drawing that I made. One of the things that I want to do with these redrawings is that I want them to look a little bit more dynamic. A lot of the original drawings feel kind of like Pokemon green sprites. It's like they didn't really know what they were doing, and neither did I. Lucilla, by the way, is inspired by Lucha Libre fighters and a chinchilla. It's also deeply inspired by the biggest luchador in all history, El Santo. So I wanted the pose to kind of reference El Santo's classic pose of having his arm outstretched while the other one is up in a fist. Maxi, what does El Santo mean? It just means the saint. He wore a silvery mask, and he was a goody two shoes. So I ended up doodling something like this. As you can tell, it's definitely a bit more dynamic than the previous one. Lucilla is, in fact, how big was he, El Santo? I have no idea. Someone could look that up. In this image, Lucilla's kind of just sitting there. And now it's a little bit more active. It looks like it's readying itself, and it's got its tail hand. So, we just dive right in. Thankfully, I did all the sketching beforehand, so now we can just worry about the doodling. Allegedly 5'9". He's about to high five. He is. He's a sweet guy, okay? And that said, fellas, we're... There are so many fighting game quotes, by the way, that I want to add to to the game. Primarily, my favorite line from Final Fight, which is, "Trust only in your fists. The cops will never help you." And I'm like, dude, what a great line. What an iconic line. Trust only in your fists. Also, the Soul Calibur line, I think I'll make it a tale of hearts and souls eternally retold. That should be on the book somewhere. Speaking of fighting games, says Shites, how have you all seen the casting for the Street? There's a new Street Fighter movie. Excuse me. It's seemingly highly unserious. It should be. Street Fighter is best when it's not taken seriously. I'm gonna say it, by the way. I'm actually an unapologetic fan of the '90s Street Fighter movie. My favorite line in that movie is at the end, where the Shadowloo base is coming down, and the actor who plays DJ is getting out of the crumbling facility. Behind him is the actor playing Zangief, who, by the way, Zangief has never been a bad guy, but they made him a bad guy for the movie, whatever. The actor playing DJ says, "You know what? They're not paying me enough for this," and then he leaves. At which point the camera focuses on Zangief, and he says, "You're all getting paid?" It's incredible. It's the best line in the movie. It's the best line. It's even better than when Jean-Claude Van Damme as Guile flipped off some guy. I forget the context. He just flipped. Yeah. There's also the line, "For you, it was the worst day of your life. For me, it was Tuesday." That's pretty good. That's pretty good as well. Did you know that they actually made a fighting game based on that movie, and it's freaking terrible? It's really bad. The game, the movie, the game. Yeah, there you go. It was Street Fighter, the movie, the game. Yeah, I also compete with Mortal Kombat. You're correct. I would strongly suggest watching Matt McMuscle's What Happened video on the Street Fighter, the fighting game. My favorite part is how Jean-Claude Van Damme showed up to one day high as hell. And he was not very helpful. He did not want to be part of the video game. Everyone else was nice, though. This is probably fine. Perhaps. Let's see. Let me just clear my throat for a second. Really? Is MK really better selling than Street Fighter? I have a tough time believing that. Mostly because they released Street Fighter 2 like 10,000 times. So I'm like, I feel like just volume-wise, they probably sold more copies of Street Fighter 2 than anything else. If somebody wants to check the Wikipedia page for this fact, by the way. For home sales, it's 100 million. Street Fighter's just under 660 million. Really? Hot damn. You know what? I think marketing just works, because in my brain, I'm like, no, Street Fighter's got to be more popular. Everyone's always talking about Street Fighter. And I'm always talking about how much some of the designs suck. Don't talk to me about T-Hawk, okay? I don't want to talk about T-Hawk. I don't want to talk about Mexican representation in fighting games. El Fuerte is alright, okay? El Fuerte is alright. I appreciate that they made him short. That's actually a really good point, Scheist. They do have that Warner Brothers money. Let's do it this way. There we go. Just for fun, I was watching like a compilation of all the supers from Street Fighter 6 with Kitty, and Kitty was like, there was an exceeding number of fighting of characters in Street Fighter 6 who have their dogs out, like a lot of them, like a lot of characters with their dogs at them, and Kitty was just like, what's up with it? And I'm like, brother, I don't know. I'm not the lead character designer at Capcom. I don't know why they decided that it was Dogs Out Tuesday. Dogs Out Sunday? I don't know. Dogs Day? I don't know. That's so funny. That's so funny. Sombra is not even a fighting game character. You know what? I don't know how to address this topic. I'm just like, you know, if your Mexican character in a fighting game is a criminal or a bad indigenous caricature, it doesn't count as representation. I'm sorry. I'm gonna just be honest with you. If you're like, that's right, it's a Mexican character who works for the cartel, I'm like, I'm turning that shit off. I'm sorry. Get better ideas. And then I'm like, that's right, this cute African American girl from New York City is a ninja, and I'm like, I'm listening. And it's like, that's right, she trained under all the other ninjas we showed you before, and I'm like, that's less exciting actually. What, they don't have ninjutsu in New York City? What are the Ninja Turtles then?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I love that Shice knew it was about Kimberly. Hi Siska, hello, how you doing? Inversely, says Siska, all German representation is good representation, especially the bad representation. That's fair. I'm trying to think of German fighting game characters, and I can't think of one. Siska, you're gonna take that backwards and show you Nancy Drew the Captive curse game and the accents? Siska will never take it back. People in chat, I have a real question for you, okay? If you order an item at a restaurant and then bring it to you and it's wrong, like you ask for no tomatoes and they still put tomatoes in there, do you send it back or do you just eat it in shame? This will be on the test. Send it back, says Peter. Oh, I think Hugo is German actually. Depends if there's meat. Okay. Fight the chef, regains your honor. Bet on it. So I send it back, but I feel so bad about it. I worked at a restaurant once. I assure you, no one minds. It's like, you know, they're there to cook food. I'm having so much issue drawing these eyes, man. I was gonna give Lucilla, like, you know, Engi eyes, but now I'm not sure anymore. Yeah, I love Abigail. Abigail is like the only Canadian fighting game character, and he might be the best representation because he has nothing to do with Canada. He's just a big guy. That's it. Character trait, he's big. That might be the best kind of character trait to have, just being big. Let's try these cutesy eyes. He is really big. All right. There we go. The man makes Zangief look like a twink. I love Zangief. One of my favorite Zangief bits is that in Street Fighter 2 Turbo, if he won the World Warrior Tournament, the real ass Gorbachev would show up in a helicopter, and then they would do a little dance together. That's a real ass thing. Gorbachev would just show up, and they would just dance. Fighting games are incredible. Also, listen, we have to respect Final Fight because Final Fight gave us Poison. And Poison is trans. Yeah, Gorbachev loves to dance is a well-documented fact. There you go, see? Don't even have to look that one up, we just know. I love his big hand. Guile should have at least gotten one bush. He had a good chance, huh? Can you believe that guy has 2 American flag tattoos on his body? He has one on every arm. I will say, by the way, if you are at all interested, look up his design for Street Fighter 6. It's bad. They're like, what if he looked like what you think his politics are? And then they just went for it. Scheist, I swear to God. Mods ban Scheist. Don't actually ban Scheist, by the way. We like Scheist here. We like Scheist here. Even when they make terrible jokes, we love them. We love them, folks. Yeah, thank you. Siska instead gave Scheist 5,000 points. Thank you. I'm happy Scheist got me. Yeah, Guile's redesign is not good. I almost feel like they should have just retired Guile and just have Charlie just be the new Guile, because Charlie is just better Guile. My favorite Guile tidbit is that Guile is a member of the Air Force, but when he fights, he wears glasses, and you can't have glasses and fight in the Air Force, which means that he wears fake glasses. I love a vain bitch. You know what? Instead of being, wow, that guy's lame, instead I'm like, hell yeah, you go. You know what? You're self-conscious about something. You go. At least you're doing something about it. He wears flassies. I'm a better Guile. I don't know if that's a compliment or not. Oh, sorry. Charlie's the name of Guile's friend. Guile's friend who appeared at first in Alpha 1? And nothing bad ever happened to Charlie. I assure you, nothing bad ever happened to him. No, I fucked it up. I could tell that I fucked it up. Incredible. The eyes still don't look good, man. The eyes still don't look good, and I don't like it. And I don't like them. Let's duplicate you and just like start messing around with the eyes. That hand is too real for me. That's okay. I'm okay with that. Lucilla is not messing around. Okay, what if we just committed to the American Kirby style of drawing for Lucilla? It's just like, that's right. I don't mess around. I've got a big ol' hand. Those are good, mischievous eyes. This little guy's gonna mess you up, okay? That hand is for whooping your ass. Lucilla is most definitely a grappler type. Is that better? Ugh. I'm getting lost in the sauce, by the way. You know, let's look at how where we started and where we are now, so that I either feel worse or better. What if I just did the lines instead? What if I just listened to my old design and I just said, you know what, Maxi? You're concerned about just do the little eyes. Is it possible that I nailed it the first time and I'm just a silly buffoon? Kind of makes it look like it's closing its eyes because it's not like it doesn't want to punch you in the face. Is the mouth the problem now? I really should not redesign this character like on the dot. You know what? How about if instead of getting lost in the sauce, we get drawing a different guy? That's right. Thundamaru is getting redrawn because this is the original drawing of Thundamaru. And Thundamaru, I did this drawing in like 2 seconds because it was the end of stream. And this design has issues all over the place. Thankfully, I have redrawn it. I have redesigned it. We're gonna just do the line art right now. Get excited. But first, I'm gonna get up and stretch. And if you have not already done that yourself, I strongly suggest you do it right now with me. I'm gonna get up. The camera's gonna break. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. So, we're on a 3-minute timer. By the way, if you have not already, please consider leaving a like on the stream. It helps a lot. If you haven't already, please consider screaming at the stream. It helps a lot. It lets people know that you're screaming. Other stuff, by the way, that I've been up to. On a whim, I decide. No, that's not true. This is actually this is a story that's been going on for like 2 weeks, but I haven't had a chance to tell you. So, a lovely member of our Discord was talking about the tabletop role-playing game Daggerheart by the people who made Critical Role. Also known as all those hot voice actors who are also talented and play Dungeons and Dragons. There's a new tabletop role-playing game called Daggerheart. And I'm like, oh, that sounds cute. Anyways, so one day I was hanging out with Blakesworth and Kitty, and we went into our local game shop, and they had it. And I'm like, wow, for $60 you get a big old rule book, and you get like 300 cards? That's dope. It's not for me. I shouldn't buy it. And I didn't buy it. And the game was sold out everywhere. Literally, the nearest place where I could like see if they had it was 100 miles away. Now, I know the song says that I would walk 100 miles and I would walk 100 more to be the dumbass who would purchase the thing that they thought was cool, but they didn't buy it when they had the chance. So instead, I spent the next couple weeks going to my local game shop, literally like every week, being like, is it on the shelves? No. Do they have it? No. I was able to get my hands on it at last. It literally got here yesterday. I have been... No, it got here on Sunday, nonetheless. Welcome back to Maxi Thinks Tuesdays is Mondays, because it's Tuesdays is the day that I stream. I've been reading it. It's really freaking good. Holy shit, this is a really, really good game. Forget about the mechanics. Forget about the fact that it comes with like 7 different settings you can play in, each giving you different mechanics for them. Forget about the fact that the cards are a really clever way of like having your character abilities in a way that you can like change them in and out. It's forget about all that shit, okay? The game literally has several pages dedicated to playing disabled characters. And I started reading the spreads, and I'm like, oh, I've been here before. It's gonna be like, hey, if you're considering playing a disabled character, don't do it. Which is a thing. And then the games don't say it in so many words, but a lot of games that I've seen who have tried to tackle it have been like, really think twice. You may be consider what your reasons are for playing a disabled character and make sure that everyone at the table is comfortable. And I was ready for it to be that. It isn't. It is literally several pages being like, here is what playing a disabled character who can't see be like. Here is the adjustments that you and your GM might have to do, but you can definitely play a character who can't see, or can't speak, or can't hear. And then it has, like, there's multiple arts of, like, people with mobility aids. There's a whole spread for having a wheelchair. There's the combat wheelchair. It's crazy, man. Kitty was, like in tears over how, like, it's just there. It isn't like a supplement you have to download for free from the website. It's just in the book. It's dope as hell, man. I love it. Kitty's like, that's right, I'm gonna play a cat girl in a wheelchair. And I'm like, do it, bozo. And Kate says, if you want to play in August, I might be able to do it. I'm gonna finish reading the rulebook, and then I'm gonna start planning, because it looks really fun. It looks like a game that I would run. So keep an eye out for that. Would I run it on stream? I'm not sure. I want to run it with friends first, to get a feel for the system. I like it so much that I am taking inspiration from its main dice mechanic for the story mode in ZETAMON, but we'll talk about that another day. So, here's the original image for Thundermaru. Let me start the timer again. Thundermaru, the lightning wrought ZETAMON. So, one of the primary issues is that this is literally just the same image on both sides. I just used, symmetry to draw it, essentially. The perspective is all borked. I, of course, as always, leaned on on Kirby for inspiration. You know, a big ball guy. And you can actually see some of like the original like doodles that I was doing. I'm like, yeah, let's have him like facing one side. And then I'm like, oh, this is pretty good actually. You know, it looks more like it's a lightning rod. It literally is catching lightning. But it doesn't have any motion yet. So I did a little bit more of squiggling. So now it looks like he's like kind of rolling towards you. Or at least like, wobbling towards you. And this is gonna be our little doodle for Thundermaru. From this to this. I'm also shrinking a lot of the large ZETAMON so that they're more apt to they make more sense within the context of sizing. Because Thundermaru was taking the whole screen and honestly shouldn't. Yeah, I know, but that's dumb. That's dumb, PETA. It's just people are dumb. People are dumb. And as someone who, my wife is disabled, and I very much love to see people like her in yeah. Oh, complimenting! I can't read. Where's the... I can't read. There were a few complainers. Okay, yeah. It's just nice to see people acknowledging disabled people. That's just good. The one line that I keep coming back to, I keep thinking about this, like, I was gonna draw a comic for Bad Comic Day, but I was literally like under the weather and feeling bad. But it was gonna be a comic where one person is like, did you hear that people on the internet are mad about X or Y? And I'm like, yeah, that's what people on the internet do. Have you ever heard people on the internet be happy about anything? No. People on the internet have never been happy about anything. The nicest thing in the world could happen and there would still be people on the internet being like, But what about me though? Yeah, see, there you go. Yeah, Peter said it best. We can live in a world with blowhigh, shark, and disability items. It's not one or the other, yeah. We don't have to choose. We can, Look at this little weirdo. I really felt like it's like Thundermaru's crown needed a little bit more pizzazz to look extra threatening. Also, Thundermaru is actually the first fight in the combat beta. And I specifically like it because Thundermaru is weak to chemical. And the only chemical ZETAMON that you will have at the start will be Bapple. So I like the idea that Bapple, being a small little guy, can help you defeat a big guy. And I feel like that's an important lesson that needs to be taught early in the game. What's the lesson, Maxi? The lesson is that little guys can beat big guys. Thundermaru is a tutorial. I wouldn't say a tutorial because it's not like scripted or anything. It's just the first fight that you will do. How do I do this? How do I do this? I think I should just... Let's do it like this. I know Chippy's busy working on commissions, but I want to give a big shout out to Chippy, who taught me the art of just draw and then erase later. Oh brother, I used to be not good at that at all. I'm actually gonna have the underlining is gonna be all in a different color. I feel like that's the best course of action. Also, by the way, before Nomiya decides to wake up and watch the stream, if you have been following Chronomia Trigger, Nomiya and I playing Chrono Trigger together, you have got to watch this week's episode. It's gonna happen, man. It's happening. The thing I've been looking forward to the entire time is finally gonna happen, and I can't wait for Nomiya's reaction. I can't wait. That's fair, Peter. Like, I remember some NPCs in some Pokemon games actually giving you interesting tidbits about fighting. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm old, so when I play a video game, I talk to all the NPCs, because I assume they have something meaningful to say. Do they, Maxi? No. No. Maxi, be honest, Maxi. Do you check every single trash can, Maxi? Yes, I do. I think someone did a video of like checking all the trash cans in Pokemon to see which ones are worth it, and or to see if it was worth it. It's not worth it. It is so not worth it to check the trash cans in Pokemon. Oh, the little twist in the mouth. I don't want to say Nomiya is maining Tondamaru, but I do intend to do streams where I run the game with Nomiya. I feel like Nomiya will have a lot of fun playing this game. The other thing is that because the game encourages PvP, like I might legitimately think of running a tournament on the server. With prices on the line, that's right. $25 Steam gift card to whoever can become the Zetanomia. Oh, that's not bad. Become the first ZETAMON champion. What was your strategy? I just did big damage. Damn, that's crazy. Will doing big damage help? Absolutely not. You'll just get countered. The Master of Zeta? No, that has got to be a better name. Oh, you came out good. Okay. Okay. Oh, this looks good, actually. Probably something math related. There you go. That's him. That's him, Your Honor. Before and after. Oh, that's so much better. There's so much more personality in this guy. Alright. Next up is Phenomena. So, you know what? I promised that I would tell you how Phenomena came to be. So, Phenomena is the last ZETAMON that was created for the beta. Phenomena is a chimera. It is literally option 100 on the table is chimera. And for chimera, you roll 3 times on the table and you get a body type. The according body shape tells you that particular aspect of your character. So the 3 things that we roll for Phenomena was, and this is why I'm gonna, in the full game, I'll be like, ignore the body shapes that have the star on them because they make it extra hard to design ZETAMON. Torso, which means the ZETAMON is mostly a torso. Penguin and lion. These are the 3 things we rolled. Now the reason why it worked out is that for both penguin and lion, the trait that we got was playful song and loud roar. So it's sound based. It's sound. These little things, by the way, on the legs and chest are actually speakers. So the design process, I don't have it in here, but I started first by just looking at like the way that penguins like fur patterns work. A lot of penguins have this fur pattern, You know, where they have like a little meh, and then, you know, like the little beak. And that right there became the inspiration for like the head shapes. I thought it was eyeballs. No, it's speakers. I make it clear, a little bit more clear in the next sketch. And because we rolled torso, it asks us to roll on its locomotion, the way that it moves. And we got many legs. So these things here are not the arms, and they're not the ends of the cloak. They are in fact the many fingers that Phenomena has. It literally like skitters along the floor. It also doesn't necessarily have legs. I know it kind of looks like it has legs. I might let it have legs. But yeah, so we took the idea of like a long, like lion's mane, you know, long flowing. And then we're like, well, what if these little guys are like actually like the fingers, like the little hands, the many feet that it uses to move around. And because this is a meta type ZETAMON, I wanted it to be like extra weird. So that's why it looks strangely humanoid. That being said, this first drawing has the capital sin of designing, where it is literally fully symmetrical. So I decided to redraw it. And then redraw it some more. And then redraw it even more. And I think this looks pretty good. If you ask me. Just turn it a little bit to one side. Before, after. And this is what we're going to be redrawing right now. I feel like, you know, just turning it to one side. The legs have that little bend. The legs have that little bend on them, you know. You know, the little bend on the knees. Peter says, damn, I wish I was as creative as you. It's just practice. That's all there is to it. I wish I was as creative as Cade or Chippy. Or that I knew how to draw without lines like Siska. And now we just start with it. I am the wrong person if you think you're gonna come on my stream and tell me, wow, I wish that I could do what you do. I'm not gonna be the person who's gonna be like, ha, sucks to be you. I'll be like, you can do it too. You can 100% do it too. I would like to properly remind everyone, by the way, that I was not a visual artist. I became one. I always loved doodling, but I was not the drawing one. Plexword was the one who drew in the family. And then during 2020, I decided that I was going to try to learn drawing. And I did little by little. My social media and this channel is a visual history of my growing as an artist. So if you're sitting there thinking to yourself, I could never get good, the answer is, of course you can. It's the only thing that will happen if you keep working at it. I just need to grind my levels. There you go. There you go. So the other thing that I've been doing is that I've been spending my off time. Okay, so Kitty and I, we play in a weekly, well, semi-weekly D&D campaign with Kitty's coworkers. And it's really fun. It's fun because I'm spending it with lovely people. It isn't so much D&D that's fun, I'm going to be entirely honest with you. You know, D&D is like an old acquaintance. Like, I know what you're about. I know what you're going to do. I know what we're here to do. I don't hate it. But, you know, it isn't exactly as impassioned as I would prefer. But one thing that I was like, dude, I need spell cards. I need spell cards because we're all playing caster characters, and I keep forgetting the details of my spells. And, you know, I'm not hating on anyone on the table. But there are people on the table, namely my wife. We spend an awful lot of time in the session checking what the spells do. And I'm guilty of it as well. So I thought, you know what? What if I just make us D&D spell cards? Now the thing is, I'm not just gonna make the really ugly plain ones that they sell. I'm not gonna just recreate them, because that's not me, baby. That's not what I do. So I instead created a custom, almost like a TCG style like framing. And I was excited to print some custom cards at home. We have a printer. Wow, fancy, I know. I got a paper cutter so that I could cut the paper perfectly. I got everything set up. And then the ink didn't show up for like 2 weeks. It showed up on Sunday, man. On Sunday. And I'm just like, brother. So I haven't started making cards. I want to really bad, but I've lost quite a bit of momentum, so we'll see. And Siska said in chat, D&D is just a canvas, and that is very much true. There's a line that I want to say, something along the lines of the best game of the worst game of D&D that I've played with friends is still better than the best game of any other setting, any other system that I've played with strangers. And that's exactly how I feel. Friends are what makes D&D particularly enjoyable for me. I guess just our TTRPGs in general, though, huh? I want Plaguesworth to try Daggerheart so bad. I think Plaguesworth will really like Daggerheart, though. Come on, get your little shadow leotard thing. There we go. Maxi, is this ZETAMON wearing a leotard? I don't know, okay? Kendra, is someone using your computer again? Kendra, could you please explain yourself? What do you mean? What did Kendra mean by this? Kendra said in chat, deafening fart noises. Oh, hi. I wanted to say colon p like audibly, and that was the best transcription. Kate says Kendra's got IBS. They don't have to say anything. Seems loud and clear to me. Yo, Chip is here. Hi, Chippy. And hi, Kendra. Hi, Kendra. Mind your business. Damn. You know what? Top 10 moments when chat put the streamer in their place. Unironically love how many people defended me. Hey chat, should I get 2 treats today? Did I earn 2 treats? I swear to God. I'm gonna kill Kendra. I'm gonna kill Kendra. Am I MLM, chat? Well, Kendra's definitely man-loving man, but is Kendra a multi-level marketing scheme? That is the real question. Everyone knows Kendra's gay. Everyone knows Kendra's gay. That's why Kendra's got the hots for Liam O'Brien. Like, this is the... Like, straight people don't get crushes on Liam O'Brien, okay? He voiced the book once, okay? Like... In the original Nier, he voices a gay book. Once you voice a gay book, you don't go back. You don't go back to being attractive to straight people. I feel like if Kendra heard audio clips of Liam O'Brien playing Vice, the talking book from Nier, Kendra would go fucking feral. I'm like 100% sure Kendra's eyes would roll into the back of their skull. They'll be like, oh my god, he does sound like a gay man. He plays a gay book. Kendra, if you keep asking, it means the answer is yes. Dude, Chippy says, I just got back from PT and they did have the scary woman chase me this time. I love Ken. Listen, people. Sometimes I say very pointed comments towards Kendra, but I want to make it very clear. I love Kendra. I love Kendra because they're a freaky little guy, and they comment shit like, I quote, "I saw a man yesterday that led me to Google eyes popping out of head GIF for 10 minutes before replying." What did Kendra mean by that? Kate says, Kendra, on this MLM journey, well, I can't find any good T4T M/F stories, so I'm fucking writing it myself. There we go. That's the way to do it, honestly. Nah, the lip stool is not gonna get me there. I'm gonna have to draw it myself. I'll be going now. No worries, Peter. Have a nice rest of your day. Take care. Kendra says, I've just been hiding from queer representation. What? Like, that's gonna stop you from being a trans gay man? Kendra, I want you to know that I love you. That's why when I hung out with Kitty's coworkers this weekend, I did not just start blasting you to strangers. I was like, there's my friend, Kendra. Oh my god. They just won't come out as a trans man. And I'm like, they should just do it. And then I realized they're really lovely queer people, but I'm like, I feel like the context is really necessary. And I was like, you know what? Perhaps I shouldn't. Yo! Yo, hi Victor, thank you. Yo, thank you for gifting the membership. Thank you, Victor. Kendra says me. Yeah, I almost started blasting you to Kitty's coworkers, being like, oh, there's this friend Kendra. He's such a gay man, and he just won't come out. Now, if you're asking me, I love stream elements being like, Tara Edwards, also known as Tara Edwards, just became a member. In case you were not sure if that was the real, will the real Tara Edwards please stand up? I do want to clarify, by the way. I don't know if this carried through, by the way, but Kitty's coworkers are all very queer. It's literally a polycule. I'm hanging out with the polycule. I'll return from my reading in a moment. Oh my god. Can we talk about the social media post that Nomiya made the other day, by the way? Where like Nomiya decided to like fight Kendra? Oh, there's that sound effect. Oh no, Bolita, baby. That's not gonna work. You should be facing this away. What else have I been up to this week? And last week? So the thing is that I had a really big social Sunday, by the way. It burned me out, fellas. I'm not outgoing. I'm not an extrovert. The fact that I'm able to talk into a mic within the comfort of my home should not trick you into believing that I somehow I'm an extrovert. I don't want you to believe that. That's lies. That's just a happy coinkydink that I'm able to talk to you like this comfortably for hours at a time. I had 2 social events on Sunday, and afterwards I was devastated, man. I was completely out of batteries. It was bad. Kate says, oh yeah. Oh yeah, Kate's cat Tigger was having some bad times, but he's feeling better now. Yeah, the 4th of July is this weekend. It's time for all the pets to be anxious because people are burning fireworks nonstop. What is it, Max? You're over fireworks, Maxi? I was gonna say that I'm over fireworks, but I'm also like, yeah, I'm like an adult. I'm sorry if this comes up as rude, but the concept of seeing fire does not particularly amuse me. That's right. Me when Prometheus comes back with the flame of the gods, I'm sitting there in my hut being like, yeah, so what? Okay, that's not Prometheus, but where's the rent? And then Prometheus is like, but I stole the flame from the gods. And then I'm like, okay, well, sell it to your fence so you can pay rent. And the lesson of the day is that theft really doesn't pay. Because, let me tell you, fun fact, things did not work out for Prometheus. You may be thinking, oh, Prometheus, that's that little scamp. Everything worked out for him, right? No. Oh, have you seen him in Hades 2? He's hot! Classic Cade read. Kendra's like, actually, I'm the one with the emptiest social battery. That's fair. Damn, got me. Chippy just says, Prometheus these nuts. Yep. Honestly, what about Prometheus these nuts? I will not apologize for being thirsty on Maine. This is part of my journey. I will say, we were talking to Kitty's coworkers about my lovely friend Cade. And you're like, what did you say? What did you tell them about Cade? We told them that our trans friend Cade has a mullet now, and he's made it his entire personality. And it's true! And I'm here for it. I'm so I'm here for it. I respect it. I have a mullet and my muscles are noticeable now. It's a Cade. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Kendra, you have too much going on, Kendra. Sorry, I forgot. Kendra lives in New York City. And Kendra's life is a sitcom. I'm sorry. Yeah. I went to see like 2 people. And I was tuckered out for the rest of the day. I should have known better than to go toe-to-toe against Kendra. Kendra Purple Face, PhD. Kendra says, my therapy assignment for today was literally do less this week. Based, actually, based? How am I gonna draw your lips in a way that, like... Ah! That's it. Your Honor, that's it. That's the face, Your Honor. Me, how am I gonna do this? Me, 2 seconds later, I did it. It wasn't hard to begin with. Maxi, can you please explain in fighting game terms how Kendra defeated you? Okay, so the thing is that I went to block, but then Kendra used the grapple on me. And though that I know it was an EX grapple, and it was bad. But have health. Kendra, you know, my issue, Kendra, is that, like, is that, you know, I'm sorry, you know, have you considered how Bolita feels, though? You know, like, she was trying to jump and she fell, and then you were yelling at her. Think about that, huh? Who's the real bad guy now? And I feel bad. Don't worry about it. Look, oh, Maxi. Oh, no. I was gonna be like, you don't have to apologize. You don't have to apologize for being AFK. All you have to do is promise that you'll play Daggerheart with me when I invite everyone to play a campaign. That's a joke, by the way. That's a joke, haha, but what if? 1,000 years jail. Yep, Kendra, I'm sorry. Not bad. I should just color in Tondamaru's the inside of its mouth, actually. There you go. I haven't played D&D in 6 months. My DM is becoming a lawyer. I wouldn't mind running Daggerheart with my friends. Hell yeah. Oh, crap. You were not supposed to see that. Let me get up and stretch, and then we'll work on the next character drawing, by the way. That's right, Bapple has been redesigned. Kate says, everyone likes it when I play a stinky trans man. Siska says, make a date, then. See what happens. Oh, no. I guess I will make a date, huh? Alright. Fellas, by the way, I'm on break right now. Please consider getting up and stretching. And also, if you haven't already, please consider leaving a like on the stream and subscribing. Did the subscribe button glow before underneath the screen? Did it? It's supposed to be able to do that. Anyways. Excuse me? Chippy's playing Elden Ring? Excuse me? Yo, Simless co-op campaign with Chippy, let's go. I would play Elden Ring with Chippy. That wasn't me. I didn't do that on purpose. I have a pillow. I have I have a little plushie on my desk with my iPad on top of it so that I'm not shrimped up. And I pushed my plushie forward, and he pressed the bottommost button of my Stream Deck, which is this. Yo, I just put on the medieval stretcher on at PT. I want to relax. Oh my god. Physical therapy. I'm like, what does PT stand for? Alright, fellas. Before you, you will find a little creature by the name of Bapple. Bapple, Bad Apple, is a little ZETAMON that is known to essentially be a household trash compactor. It literally cleans up after people, and it sucks up all of the stuff they don't want to eat, and sometimes the stuff they do want to eat. This guy, although it appears to be a little apple, it is in fact its mouth is on its underneath side, from which a long tongue sticks out. It's a little bit of a troublemaker. This original design is both plain and a lot of stuff going on. So I decided to redesign it to lean more towards the alien archetype. And so we have ended up here. I'm not 100% sure about the little orbs on the sides, but I feel, again, it's still going to be colored like an apple. It's the apple on a saucer ZETAMON. I felt like the thin tongue was not doing it for me. Excuse me, Maxi. What did Maxi say? Huh? Anyways, the thin tongue was not doing it for me. I wanted him to be charming and kind of chunky, and so we have arrived at this design. I also wanted to make it clear that it has a mouth on its underneath side. Hence why there is now visible teeth. And I also made the eyes more alien-like and the head more alien-shaped, even though it's still clearly an apple. And that's how we ended up here. I'm not sure about the orbs on the sides. I am open to getting rid of those. And it's instead just have like color separation. Nonetheless, this is the next guy to get drawn. And so, we begin. I want to sculpt him. Hell yeah. What have you been all up to, by the way? Because I know, again, I'm sorry I haven't been around. I had a crazy... Oh, I guess I can tell you about the other reason why I wasn't around, I guess. So, the other reason why I wasn't around is because we went to see a concert. We went to see, and you're like, wow, Maxi, that's crazy. What concert, Maxi? The last Love Life concert for the band Aqua. I know you're thinking, Maxi, that's in Japan, Maxi. That's a Japanese band. The last one was they did it in Osaka, Maxi. What are you talking about? You were not there. Did you go to Japan, Maxi? No. We watched the Arrival viewing. And if your ability to understand Romanji is accurate, you understood that meant live viewing. Maxi, you live viewed a Japanese concert in America? Doesn't that mean that the concert was at 1 in the morning? You're correct. It was at 1 in the morning. It was a huge concert. There were so many people. And we got there. It was full. We waited in line for like 2 hours, and then the show began. And Kitty cried only like 4 times. Aqua is one of Kitty's favorite bands, and Kitty was a bit sad that they're not disbanding, but they're going on. Essentially, they're no longer being active. It was a fun time. We dragged Plague to come along. I will say they did a pretty good job at making the live feel like a farewell rather than a it's over. These girls we're gonna take them out back and shoot them. Maxi, that's a very strange thing to say. Yeah. MF, for those that know, how they use the word graduating for when like they get rid of party members in an idol show, and I'm like, brother, they're still in the same town you are. They're just going to a different school. But no, they graduated. They're gone. They're dead. It was good. But the issue is that when we got out of the show, it was goddamn 5 in the morning. That's like what they say when cult members die, they graduated. Oh, yeah. Isn't that what they literally said for Heaven's Gate? Absolutely, yeah. Heaven's Gate is like the really strange, like, cross-section of Maxi and Kendra, like, lore, I guess. That's right! You guys are not gonna believe what Kendra and I were doing in 1995. I actually think that I think Kendra recommended me a really good podcast, and then I was like, wow, that's crazy. Let's read 3 more books about this. I don't like the way you're coming out. Me being the most toxic queer friend, I don't like the way you're coming out. I love that podcast. Kendra, Kitty is currently reading Grady Hendrix's The Last Girl Support Group, and I can't wait for them to get to the part. Not the part at the end, the part like halfway through. I can't wait. I have a faint feeling Kitty might DNF it because that part is just so bad. Yeah. Sorry, the line about from the podcast, the line that said, "At the end of the day, perhaps the best we can hope for is that they were right." That line fucked me up. It's a very humanizing line for what is otherwise, you know, a kind of a story that people watch for morbid curiosity. It's awful. It's strangely humanizing. And I appreciated that. I don't like the way the head is coming out. me. What do you call the doctors who deliver babies? Me delivering someone's baby? I don't like the way the head's coming out. Send it back. Me being the worst delivery doctor of all time. Kendra like that. They'll ask earlier, why is Francesca von Karma so evil? It's because she's gay. And you know what? Lesbians are allowed to be evil as a treat. Okay, so everything from here down is good. The head, I ended up changing the head of the shape of the head. I don't know if I like it. Let's try to do some surgery on this, okay? Let's do some surgery on this, by the way. Things you don't want to hear from your... from the doctor who's operating on you, I guess. Dale said in chat, Francisca is more evil than Edgeworth, and Siska says, thank you, Dale, I try. Got him, got him. Siska's not evil, though. Come on now, get real. Get real, Siska, you're not evil. Siska is a sweetie patootie with a nice booty. What else? The concert was nice, but it definitely it destroyed my sleep schedule. And then I got sick, and I was like unable to fall asleep. And I know you're thinking, Maxi, sleep is like the #1 thing when you want to get over a cold or something. Yeah, brother, you're telling me. Come on, brother. I wanted it to be an arc. You know it was an arc. There was a joke. I missed that. There's a joke in there about, you know, Noah asked me to help him build a boat, and then he was like, it was supposed to be an arc, and I'm like, brother, that's a boat. Biblical jokes, Maxi? I feel like the Bible has a bit of it has a bit of a deadlock on arcs as part of jokes. That is funny. Franziska von Karma is also from Germany. That is a fun coinkydink. Pride Month's over. We gotta repent now. Bible study stream tomorrow at 2 p.m. PST. Could you imagine if I hated myself enough to go back? I hated myself so much I go back to Catholicism. No, I think I'm gonna stick to the sinning. Actually, as the movie, I'm gonna do as I learned from the world-acclaimed movie Sinners, a movie where nothing bad happens to anyone. And at the end, you know, Mr. Sinner is like, sinning was the right way to go. And then Michael B. Jordan and the second Michael B. Jordan pat him on the head and go, that's right, sinning was the right thing to do. Now pull your pants down. That's exactly what happened in Michael B. Jordan's The Sinners, featuring Michael B. Jordan. I want to see Sinners again. I think I'm seeing 20 years again. Wow, almost 1 year for every 1 year for every year Ronnie's been alive. Oh, thank God I drew this on a different layer. Thank God. I think I will add the little sparkle in post, I think. My favorite part of the movie Sinners was when Michael B. Jordan looked at the screen and said, "It's time to sin. I'm going sinners. Let's go sinning." Yep. I also can't wait to fight people for the next year calendar because reviews are split on 28 Years Later or Sinners. Everyone loves Sinners, right? You know what they say, love the sinner, hate the sin. Anyways. This might be good enough. This might be good enough. Also, if y'all see that big content warning for Kitty, take a peek first or text me. Okay. I don't think we will watch 28 Years Later, I'm not gonna lie. What's coming out this week? Something is coming out this week, and Plague was like, we need to go see. Is it Fantastic Four? Is Fantastic Four coming out this week? That seems about right? I think Plague was like, we should go see Fantastic Four. Megan, yeah, M3gan is also coming out. Haven't gone to see a movie in a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm excited to perhaps watch a movie with my good friend Plakesworth and my wife. Superman is coming out. I'm actually strangely interested in the Superman movie. I have a faint feeling it's not gonna wow me though. Like I look at it and I'm like, you're not gonna surprise me. Phenomena is drawn, Bapple is drawn, Thundermato is drawn, Lucilla is drawn, although I still hate those eyes. What if I look deeply into the eyes of El Santo? What if I just look deeply into the eyes of El Santo? POV, you just completed a hard Picross and you're like, what is the picture supposed to be? Yo, hell yes, that's exciting, you know, going to the movies. Even if it's a bit of a bittersweet goodbye. Alright, so how am I gonna draw your eyes, buddy? What if we just... What, you wanna just go like... there's something to this. What about just... Well, we just give Lucilla big old mascot eyes? Kendra says, I chickened out of watching Bring Her Back. Kendra, don't you mean that you... Pussy out! Sorry, I have that sound effect ready to go, and I figured that I had to use it someday. I had to use it eventually. I need more sound effects, though. For sure. I mean, you know, as always.
This is why I don't respect streamers.
What if the mouth is the problem? What if you had a more active mouth? Not a problem that I've ever had. What if it was more of like a... Yes! Okay. When in doubt, give them a good old W. There you go. Oh, that's the one. That's the one. That's my boy. He's a silly little guy. That's Lucilla, baby. Lucilla, Thundermaru, Bapple, and Phenomena. Let me just add a little glow in front of Bapple's eyes so that I don't forget that it's supposed to have a glow in its eyes. Maxi, that's not a glow, that's a sparkle. Okay, I'm sorry. Are you the word police? Yeah, right. The word police. Like, there's any freaking authority when it comes to the English language. No one knows how anything is pronounced. Drive 200 miles in any direction and people will disagree on how words are pronounced. Say chowder. There we go. That's you. Alright, Phenomena is also done. Ah! You were not supposed to see that. Anyways, I have 22 minutes. Kitty might show up at any minute. So, fellas, let me take a sip of my coffee. And, then we can begin with the final little creature. A new creature you have not seen. So, as I mentioned previously, in the ZETAMON Combat Beta, there's gonna be 12 ZETAMON available for you to make your 3v3 party out of. There's 2 of each element: Dust, Bolt, Aqua, Bio, Meta, and Chem. Your 3 starter ZETAMON will be Bapple, Lucilla, and Gabruiser. Because Bapple is your starting chemical ZETAMON, that means you have to unlock the other one. Now, this is like the second to last ZETAMON Kitty and I rolled up. One of the things that I really enjoyed about preparing for the beta is that we did not engineer any of the ZETAMON that we ended up rolling. All of them kind of came out naturally over the course of just rolling for them. So, here is what the second chemical ZETAMON is based on the rolls, okay? It's tiny. Its body type is stag. It moves on 4 legs. It has sharp antlers, a donkey kick, and also a rocket kick. It is chemical type, and it deals damage mostly by crushing. So I thought, it means this guy has got to be a little doe, like a little deer. A doe, a deer, a female deer. And it deals damage mostly by like rocket kicking into enemies. So I'm like, it's a cute little guy. It's a cute little deer with rocket boosts. I've been struggling, in part because, what the hell, how do you even draw a deer, by the way? This is my first attempt. I please implore you for your mercy. I had a couple sketches that were all bad. I introduced to you the chemical, the rocket kick ZETAMON, Badaboom. It's Badaboom. Boop. So, there's a lot to work here, okay? Here's some reference images. At first I was like, get me some sort of equestrian creature dashing towards the screen. I know that's a pony and not a deer, shut up. There really isn't action shots of deer, okay? And I was thinking, okay, let's think of like a rocket. I think the tail kind of having like the kind of like burst of fire that you get from a rocket makes sense. And you know, I had you can see like the experimenting with shapes. This one here was just so soft and cute and baby that I'm like, it needs to be. I think if your name is literally I Explode and I act like I don't know no better, perhaps you should have an appearance that matches that. I might sacrifice the one little horn in the forehead. I'm perfectly okay with sacrificing that. And yeah, here's just some reference images for. I was just like, I don't know what to do with this. I was mostly thinking about the warning sign for explosion. I'm like, there's got to be a lot of sharp edges. It's a little baby, but also it's got sharp edges, right? And let's just pretend like I'm coloring it, just so we get a feeling for what the color scheme will be. To me, this tells me this MFer is that's a funny Kate. Welcome back. So if this is a deer, a little baby deer that explodes, and that's how it defends itself in combat, I'm thinking originally I was gonna give it like rocket boots, but I just didn't know how to portray. Oh my god, that's incredible. Kendra says, talk to me. I almost had to step out of the theater, lmao. Very good film. Huge bummer. Won't watch it again. 8 out of 10 stars. I definitely think that Badoboom needs to have the beagle baby eyes, okay? I feel like that's necessary for Badoboom. You know, I'm like, is this the sign enough? I don't know. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. What would be its secondary color? There's supposed to be 2 colors. I mean, like, yellow would make sense for like really like leaning into, you know, the flame aspect. I do not like this tail, by the way. I do not like the way the tail looks. It looks like its butt is just exploding, which I very much don't like. Yeah, Lophilea's remix of Objection is so soothing. It really is. So, deer have the little underside. What else? Don't deer have like face markings? They kinda do. They kinda do. Show me the other images, please, computer. I'm not doing Bambi, okay? I also need a reference image of a short little. Maybe making the tail look like a fuse with a flame at the end. I think okay, like a lion tail, like a lion tail. I think you're onto something, Cade. A part of me is also like, I feel like just like red and yellow is just like, I'm not happy with just red and yellow being the color scheme either. Although, ooh, okay. Oh, it's like it's the interior of the fur. Okay. The interior of the fur. Okay. This ZETAMON already has a name. It's Badoboom. I was also thinking of having like, it's got like flame, like it's got the fiery flame in its eyes, like it seems some shit. But no, that's probably too much. Little guy. Sheikah flame. Dale, that's just deer flame. So let's take you. I'm gonna take you for a ride. Another one of my favorite fighting game tracks. Let's envision, perhaps, what this little guy would look like. With I'm gonna use the thicker brush because we're just sketching right now, by the way. Let me look. I'm gonna look at reference images. You know what? Let's just do. Maxi, don't you usually like to prepare all the sketches before the stream so you don't have to like sketch on stream, which is your least favorite thing to do? You're correct. Bomb fuse. Oh, it's like threaded. I could do like a thread. A threaded little tail would be kind of cute. Something like this. Oh, I mean, I should send you my digital draw. It is a trace because it's just for a pattern, but I was like, he's not bad. Send it. I won't show it on stream unless you let me, but like, I don't know. I'll look at your art, Kendra. See, I love Kendra because Kendra is also serves to me as a living example of, hey, you can just start drawing and just get better over time. You know? Earlier, Peter was like, man, I wish I was as creative as you, but the reality is that, I don't know, you just kind of go at it, you know? No one starts out being creative. You kind of have to just stretch those little muscles, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, creativity is a skill, it's true. Okay. There is something here about I really like the threaded tail, almost like it's like it is a fuse, but also like a braid. It kind of speaks to me in a way. Now, the tail is definitely a charm point for sure. My issue is that it still looks like a really basic design. And I want to clarify it again, by the way, that when it comes time for you to make your own ZETAMON, you don't have to take it as seriously as I do. I'm taking it seriously because, you know, it is my piece of art that I'm making. You can be silly. You can have Patrick Swayzemon. It's fine. But for me, to be an example, I'm taking it seriously. Prism said, I would argue we do start out being creative, but society instills in us some toxic ideals which degrades that creativity. Perhaps. Siska says, that's too smart for this stream. Jokingly, of course. Please don't get out. I mean, like, forgive me for being blunt. So what if society tells us to not be creative? We seek it nonetheless. Nonetheless, we seek to be creative. No, not to be antagonistic in a way, but society also tells you to be an asshole, and to not help others and to be cruel. Because that's what makes money. But you know what? Even so, I'm not gonna carry myself like that kind of person. That is not who I want to be. And so, I am creative and I seek to be kind to people around me. Even if I do make fun of Kendra all the time. Hell yeah, that's fun, Prism. Kendra says I texted you my draw. Please respond. No, that came out good. That came out really good, Kendra. Hell yeah. That looks really good. Hot damn, good job. I was not expecting the Toxic Crusader to appear on my phone today. I will get you for this, you monster. Maxi, you didn't finish saying the quote, Maxi. Don't worry about it. If you know, you know. I think this guy's just gonna be spiky. I feel like I should assign this guy. Kitty's here, everybody shut up. Hi, Kitty. I think this guy's gonna be just assigned like a goddamn, I think this guy, we're not gonna make him red, we're gonna make him like purple or something. This is gonna be our Sasuke. I feel like this guy should be edgy, like the edgy characters in a shonen anime are. This is gonna be our what, Kitty? What's the name of the explosive guy from My Hero? I called my insurance, by the way, babe, and they were no help. What do you mean there were no help? That's what we're paying them for, to help. You should be edgy like Edgeworth. I think you did good, Kendra. Again, you know, I think you did good. Give yourself a pat on the back and a little treat, okay? I should probably look up at I should look at Bakugo like once just to get a feeling for him. I'm on a really silly side quest. Please do tell. Bakugo from My Hero Academia. That's right. The original explosive boy. Okay. That sucks, man. I love, and I do mean I love dealing with insurance. It makes me think of that one guy that everyone likes. What was his name? Wario? I think he came up with a really interesting way of dealing with insurance. I forget the details. Like I feel like someone started telling me and then they didn't finish telling me what he did, but I think he came up with a pretty cool solution. Wait, Kitty, did you? Okay. I was like, did Kitty retract their message as a bit? Wait, what if it's little I? Dude, he's mad. He's mad. He's freaking mad. I get it. I guess if it's a doe, it should be she, but gender's made up. Oh, baby is mad. Baby is mad. Why are you mad, baby? Oh. Looking at Bakugo was the right course of action. It's a little baby deer. That's incredible, Kendra. This is the shit that I'm talking about. Like, Kendra just gets involved with things, you know? I will say, I like you being mad, but I wonder if this is too much now. Maxi, what are you doing with its forehead? I'm literally, you know what I realized? I'm literally gonna have the explosive warning sign on its forehead. And you're like, Maxi, what does that mean within the fiction of the world? It means that they literally base that sign off of Badaboom's forehead. That was the inspiration, you see? What do you mean you haven't gotten Discord back on your phone? Did someone else, like, did you lend it to someone else? I thought you were making a carbuncle creature set Prism. Your FF14 is showing Prism. See, when people mention carbuncle, I think of Final Fantasy 9 or 8. But I know when people say carbuncle now, they're thinking of Final Fantasy 14. And I'm not judging. I'm not judging. I'm here for it. I love calling people out. Like how I called Scheist old earlier today. Oh, angry baby. Angry babe. Oh, why are you so angry? I mean, wait, this is literally the I'm gonna blow up and then act like I don't know no better ZETAMON, actually. Ah, I see. Prism says, I've never played 14, but my friends infected me with the culture. I respect that. So I will tell you right now, okay? ZETAMON is my big project for the time being. I'm not gonna promise like 2 years of content, but I'm having a lot of fun making it, and I don't see that fun ending anytime soon. I have plans of making like a MMO-inspired solo game where you're playing literally an MMO. With like random events such as like, whoops, new patch is out, all of your gear is now like obsolete. But my thing is that like, I mostly know MMO like World of Warcraft culture, and I feel like I would probably need to like immerse myself in the Final Fantasy 14 culture to like really like, you know, to not look like a goddamn tourist. But I wonder if that is just me like concerned that I'm not ready for it, because I'm also gonna inject it full of RuneScape like memes. And I know that most people don't know what RuneScape is, so perhaps I'm just worrying over nothing. Perhaps I'm giving myself excuses to not start. I probably will do dailies today, but I first want to see. I want to push this design to its logical conclusion, including changing the colors, because I am not liking the colors that I picked before. It probably would be too much if I had the implication of a skull on its butt, huh? Kirin and I were gonna do that for a different ZETAMON back when ZETAMON was a different game altogether. This is kind of funny though. It does look like dots, but if you look at it closely, you know, you're like, oh, that's a goddamn face. Perhaps that's funny enough. Now that's a jump. That's a jump. That's different. Hot damn. I will say, by the way, shoutouts to Kate, by the way. The idea of the fuse really did work out. I wonder if perhaps could we lean back to the big eye? Like, you're still mad, but you have a big old baby eye. See, because like this is like the look that Yanto gives me. You know, like, fellas, how do we feel about little dot eye or big eye? I think the big eye, huh? I'm not 100% sure. I think the big eye is winning. Let's liquefy you a little bit, because I do realize that, you know. So once again, by the way, before I forget, I'll be streaming tomorrow on Nomia's channel. We're gonna play some more Chrono Trigger. Captions just broke. Thank you. I keep thinking about whether I should update OBS, and then I'm like, maybe not, because every time I do, everything breaks, and I very much like it when things are not broken. So perhaps I will just deal with it. It does look like a little lion, but then again, the point is to make cool creatures. So, being loyal to the original concept is not important. What's important is to actually have fun and do cool stuff. So let's say yellow is the default color for this guy, okay? Actually, let's make it white for a second, actually. So we're gonna fill you up. Let's try that again. Maxi, why don't you just do the trick, Maxi, where you select the negative space? I didn't think it was gonna work, but it did. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna invert you. We're gonna fill you, and that's good enough for me. Let's change you to a neutral color that we can like paint carefully. Boop. All right, so I was thinking that maybe I don't want to do like red just because it's a chemical ZETAMON. I very much would like if the little head crest is in fact yellow, which means that like the underside would have to be yellow, as it was like over here, perhaps over here, and definitely, you know, we can do the implication of the spark on the tail can just be yellow and white in the center. That's perfectly fine. Oh, the yellow eye is interesting. It makes him look extra angry and dangerous. I like that. Will there be a little sparkle of light in the eye? No. I feel like it has to be just completely dark to give the impression that it's a very mad lad, perhaps, as one would say. But then what's the default color, Maxi? What, a steely gray? A steely... We don't really have any gray ZETAMON. That is interesting. Yeah, I mean, no, Lucilla is gray. Lucilla is gray. It's gonna be double gray. Wolfdozer is brown. Gobrucer is yellow. Thundermire is purple. Egu is cyan. Buster Pup is mostly white and pink. Chirinja is pink. I haven't drawn Orchestra. Bapple is probably red. Carmalis is dark blue. And Phenomena is gonna be like light purple. Orange? It could be orange. My only issue is that this really looks like it's a cat, though. You know? We could flip it around where orange is the accent color. But again, this still just looks like... You know? I will say I'm using this color scheme and it's not giving me an awful lot of options. Let me get the older palette. I'll get the older palette with 10 times as many colors. Let's try that instead. I'm limiting... I like a limited color palette, but it's, you know, let's try a bigger collection of colors just to see what it's like. Just to feel something, okay? Also, by the way, I will be doing dailies shortly. Don't you worry, I'm aware. What about like a blood orange? And for the accent, what? Like a toxic yellow? Like a toxic crusader yellow? I mean, what if we just lean more towards the deer coloring with like a brown? Or what about this like kind of like warmish? Toxic Avenger, Toxie reference. I knew that would wake Kendra up. I definitely think it should be like the toxic yellow. I think the toxic yellow is right. But then what's the other color? Maxi, don't that's not the worst in the world, but what, like an orangey? It looks too much. It looks a little bit too much like it's a cat. So perhaps what if we made this underside white instead, okay? Now we can have more color separation if the underside is white, okay? Maybe you just have it have... Although, what if we did like... There's something there. There's something there. So if the underside is that away, we can have more yellow. I have completely bungled this layout, by the way, but don't worry about it. It's fine. One of the elements that I will bring up in the ZETAMON creation list is that you need to have color separation in the ZETAMON. That's one way to make them really stand out, is to have some color separation. Candace says, don't bring your kids to bingo of doom. You still look too much like a goddamn cat. I wonder if the ears would help. What do you mean, Maxi? Well, what if... you blend... No. Don't get blended, son. What, if like the ears were like downset instead? Would that help? Or instead of, you know, being like devil-like, they're just straight up spiky. Blake is a big fan of the Toxic Crusader. Blake is a toxic girly. I'm gonna have to work on this later. I'm definitely getting lost in the sauce, I can tell. But you know what? On the bright side, that's a Plague-bait character if there ever was. Absolutely. Yeah, share it with Plague. Plague would love to see that. Anyways, we did do the art for Lucilla. Now I'm looking at that mouth and I'm not sure if I like it. Welcome back to being an artist, by the way. Thondamaru has gotten upgraded. Originally, MFR looked like this. Now it looks like this. Much better. Much more personality. Bappo has been redesigned from its original... You can't see this. You can't see that. From its original meme to a much more alien-like meme. Okay, it's the same. I'm redesigning a character right now. Now, a design that got nailed absolutely 100% is Phenomena. Hey, Kitty, how do you feel about this Phenomena redraw, huh? Much better? It's not just looking one direction, and yes, I've decided to give Phenomena legs. it felt cruel to give the implication of legs and then be like, haha, actually there are no legs. It's still just a torso. It has no arms. Instead, it just has a fuck ton of little... It's just... Dude, it's nothing but fingers, man. It's got like 17 fingers. And these are gonna be colored like this to make it look like microphones. Alternatively, mouths, which is good. It's good. It's good. Anyways, that's it for drawing for today. We have 18 minutes to do some dailies. So first and foremost, I'm gonna take you to the other screen. Gonna disable the drawing screen, and there we go. Please enjoy the slideshow while I disconnect. Boop. And I set up my... I took the last swig of the coffee, and it was all just... It was the worst part of the coffee, the bottom of the coffee. At the bottom of the night, my favorite Chrono Trigger song. I do want to remind you, by the way, that this stream is supported by viewers just like you. If you enjoy the stream, please consider supporting me at coffee.com/mkirin. Thank you. He says, please take me to Funky Town. I need this. I would take you to Funky Town. Alright. Would you like to hear my cursed coffee preference? Oh, let's go. Hi, Hans. It's okay. It's not your fault. I haven't been streaming in a little while, but I'm back. All right. What is this top bar? Who invited you? No. Ew. There used to be more space. Now there's less space. Thanks for the bar at the top. uBlock, can you please take care of this, bozo? Thank you, uBlock. 2 parts coffee, 1 part water, pour, chug, done. That's like a 2/3 Americano. Hello, welcome to Dailies. I am your host, M. Kirin. Welcome to the segment of the stream where we play games we can only play today. Siska, is Ronnie streaming today, by the way? Welcome to Quirtle, where we do 4 Wordles at once because it's the only way I can feel anything anymore. We open with Rogue and Satan at the same time. To get all the keys to the kingdom. Follow me with the blimp, please. Ronnie's streaming. Perfect. Perfect. On the top right, we have the keys to the kingdom. R-A-N-E. I'm gonna have to assume that it's probably something N-E. Perhaps something carne. The word is carne. It's not. It cannot possibly be carne. It's probably Anne? Anne? Raren? No. Heron, Varen, Darren. Go get a coffee milkshake, love. What about the stop? R-B-A-E. R-B-A-E. Rabid. Reba? Reba, the queen of country, Reba? Brace? Ah, I see. It's not brace. It's rest something. Rehab. The word is rehab. It's not rehab. It's rebar? It was rebar? Rebar?
Oh yeah. It's all coming together.
What else? We have 4 guesses for 3 words. R-O-T-H. Roth. He believes the lady Roth protests too much. I assume it's gonna be T-O. No. O-H-O-R. Horchata. No, it's supposed to be T-O. It's torch. The word is torch, Your Honor. It's not torch. We're dead. It's... It's four. It must be fourth. The word is fourth, Your Honor. There we go. It's fourth. 2 guesses, 2 words. I got this. R-O-C. R-O-C, huh? Croc? Crook? Crowd. The word was crowd. It was yearn. I don't yearn for anything. I am perfectly content in life. Welcome to guessthegame.com, where we guess the game by guessingthegame.com. This looks like a recent video game, so I don't know what it is. It has a bit of a soft shading. I was gonna say it looks like Overwatch. Maybe you know what? What if it's Overwatch 2? It's not. This is Sifu. Okay. Yeah, I saw the neon. The Kung Fu game, it's Sifu. Yeah, as soon as I saw the neon, I'm like, that's Sifu, baby. Yep. Moving on. Welcome to Bukidoku, where we do Sudoku backwards, but it's Pokemon. Can learn Flamethrower, Dragon, Poison, Kanto, Sinnoh, Alola. A Pokemon from Kanto that can learn... Wait, Kanto? That's like... that's every Pokemon. Wait, no. Max, be smart about this, Max. Ninetales can learn Flamethrower. A Sinnoh, that's Generation 4. Maxi, name a Fire-type Pokemon. Rayquaza is in fact a Dragon Pokemon, but it is not from Kanto, Sinnoh, or Alola. A dragon from Kanto that's Dragonite, by the way. Sorry, Dratini, forgive me. A Kanto Poison, brother, that's like every freaking Pokemon. Give me Ekans, which I believe it's race car backwards. A Sinnoh Poison type. Sinnoh Poison, isn't that my boy? Isn't that my boy, the freaking Krogunk? And an Alolan Poison, that's a Marini, baby. That's a Marini. Literally, we invented this Pokemon to kill another Pokemon. We literally we chose murder. This pick is so big brain, the game had to load. A dragon from Sinnoh. That's like any of the legendaries. Give me Palkia. Water Dragon, baby. I've got no weaknesses. And an Alolan Dragon. It's Drampa, baby. He will kill. By the way, Drampa's Pokedex says that if it sees a child be bullied, it will kill the bullies. You think, Maxi, that's crazy? That can't possibly be true. You think I would lie to you? You think I would lie to you? Why do I feel like Solgaleo could learn? No. Alolan Marowak must be able to learn Flamethrower. Now, Sinnoh, a fire-type Sinnoh. Well, I mean, there's the monkey, but what other fire types are there in Sinnoh? Sinnoh's Generation 4, Magmortar. Bang. You got it. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. No notes. Over to the main stage now, by the way. There's only 4 fire types in Sinnoh. There's not a lot of fire types. Infernape really could have just been the answer, huh? And Heatran. I forgot about Heatran. I forgot about Incineroar. He seems more of like a physical attacker, so I don't know why he would even want to use Flamethrower, but whatever, it's fine. I'm not your mom. Welcome to Guess the Game, where we guess the game by guessing the game. Can I guess the game by guessing the cover of the game? This is Rampage. This is just Rampage, baby. It's everyone. Kendra, quick! Look at this. Is Godzilla, King of Monsters. Godzilla, destroy all monsters melee. No, this is Godzilla. It's not even Godzilla. What is this? This is a legally distinct, ripped as hell King Kong, and a legally distinct, but it's not Rampage though. What are you? Who are you? Oh my god, it's a fighting game. It's a fighting game with like dinosaurs in it. It's like Primal something. Primal Rage. Maxi, you're so fighting game goddamn pilled right now, Maxi. That's right. There was a fighting game. What the fuck is this game? It's Primal Rage. It's a fighting game with dinosaurs in it. They made one fighting game for Gospel, and it's this one. Can I guess the game based on the... That's a pod racing. Based on the artwork for the game? My Summer Car? No. What is this? Oh my god, it is pod... Oh my god, it is pod racing. Oh my god. Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. Oh my god. This was the ad for it? That's funny. Watto's Pod Racer Salvage. How dare you? Get out of here. Can I guess the game based on the character? What is this Invader Zim looking ass? What's wrong, Space Boy? What, are you scared of beans, Space Boy Sokami? Am I spelling Okami incorrectly? Is Okami not in this game? I guess not. Amaterasu is the... Oh, It's not in here. This is a character. Who is this? My hot Kami Summer? Kendra's got away with words. Who are you? I mean, like, I appreciate the heels, but I don't know who you are. Bruh, I'm sorry, I don't know who you are. I don't go here. I'm sorry, I've never met you. You're okay, it's Okami, isn't it? It's Evil Rao from Okami? Okay. It's Priestess Rao. Oh, I see. It's well, I knew it was Okami because Kate said it, and also it looks like it. Can I guess the game based on the keywords, by the way? Origami, post-apocalyptic, god arcs, and base camp? Excuse me? What's origami? Is this God Eater? Okay. Okay, alright. Alright, can I guess the game based on the guess? Can I guess the game to guess the game? Welcome to Guessing the Game. I'm your host, I'm Kirin. Because my wife is here, I will always guess Nier Replicant. It's a game from before 2010. It is a site... it contains one of many possible POVs. It's just a single player game. It is not a RPG hack and slash beat 'em up. It isn't on the PS3 though. Open world racing game. It's Burnout Paradise. Take me down to the paradise city where the grass is green and the girls are pretty. That one had multiplayer. Okay, it's not racing, so Dale can't save us now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Star Fox 64 had multiplayer. I'm sorry to break it to you, Hans. And it's also not on the PS3. A single player only PS3 game. What? But it's not like Oblivion. It's not open world, so it must be science fiction, fantasy, or drama. It's probably a third-person game. A third-person single-player game. Launch titles for the PS3. You know what? Rayman 3 is not even on here. You're right. Let's guess, like... What, Nathan Drake? They don't even have... Oh, it's Uncharted, forgive me. It's Uncharted 1. Drake's Fortune. It's before 2007, sorry. It is a historical game. Historical shooter game. Oh, it's gonna be freaking Call of Duty, like... It's gonna be Call of Duty Modern Warfare. It's gonna be freaking... Tomb Raider... I forgot, these games have multiplayer. Tomb Raider 3. No, that's 1998. Give me one hint. Konami? Oh, it's Metal Gear. Okay. It's not Metal Gear 3. It's Metal Gear Solid 4. No, Metal Gear Solid 4 had multiplayer. Konami? What games does Konami release? Castlevania? Castlevania what? Castlevania Lords of Shadow 1? A third person. It can't be MGS. MGS 3 and MGS 4 both had multiplayer. Metal Gear Solid 2, I mean, I guess it could be. Let's go with Sons of Liberty. It's Metal Gear, but it's not 2. Is it Subsistence? Oh, shut up. It's not Subsistence. MFer, if you're gonna tell me that it's goddamn 3, I'm gonna lose my mind. Snake Eater had multiplayer. I demand a recount. Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater had multiplayer. It had a second disc with multiplayer in it. I'm pissed. I'm pissed. I'm pissed. I'm done. I'm done. I'm opening twitch.tv/moontomes. You guessed the Delta remake, by the way? I couldn't have. I would never do anything like that. I would do anything as silly as to do that. By the way, my good friend Ronnie is live right now. Ronnie's playing Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Please consider checking out my good friend Ronnie. I am gonna wrap up stream and relax a little bit because I've had a big day. I hope you have a lovely, lovely, lovely rest of your day. Please take care, friendos. Remember that I'm going to be streaming tomorrow. I'm going to be streaming tomorrow on Nomia's stream, and I'm going to be making more art on Thursday, and maybe some Nomia on Sunday. Remember to please work on your creative journeys, take care of yourself, and go make something fun and exciting, okay? Take care. I'm out of here. Bye-bye. Beep boop.
Wonderful.